Those hipsters, I wanna dance.
Y pues, Zisas, la agarra. ¿Cómo estamos, mi parce? ¿Todo bien, todo lindo, todo bello, todo correcto? Aquí el Zisas sin gafas. Bueno, parce, hoy vamos a jugar Identity. Buscando la Oh, continuaron la historia. Toque empezó empezó mi novela. Toque empezó la novela, parce. Ay, qué pedo, marica. ¿Continuaron o no continuaron la historia? De hecho, pues, de tal manera lo puse en español y hay cosas que están en inglés, marica. Yo Tarzar, yo Zisas, tú Panda. Yo Tarmelo, tú Tarmelo. Bueno. Epa. Parce, no, ya en serio. Pero es que la barra de tareas se me está bloqueando y... Ay, lo entendí querer. Ok. De una vez les digo.
Everyone seems to be hiding a secret. Perhaps I can start with that mysterious novelist and gather some useful information.
Hola, bro. Hola, Nari. Bueno, no sé ni qué sea. Investiga la sala. Ok. Ok, aquí.
It's cold. It should have been extinguished a long time ago. It's fixed to the fireplace. Oh, it's moving.
Uy, parce, todo eso lo ha sido raro. Vamos a hablar con Mr. Pladins. Agua sin máquina, ¿cómo estamos? Ruliverso, soy nuevo en el canal, bienvenido Ruliverso.
Strange. Mrs. Plinius is gone too.
Hola Ampi, hola Ruliverso y bienvenido al canal. Gracias por pasar por aquí. ¿Qué te trae por aquí? ¿No? Investigar sobre desapariciones. Pana, ha pasado de todo.
Someone placed some
Un
beehive
incendio,
boxes here.
un investigador que
Was it
mandaron a
Mrs.
investigar,
Plinius?
lo terminaron con...
These bees
Yo
look
no
pretty
sé,
hostile.
eso que continuar y
I better
después
keep my distance from
necesitan
them.
continuar con eso.
Dice Estrella Blanca Mediana, muchas gracias por apoyarme viéndome, lo aprecio mucho. El Cisalove, el Cisalal.
Hola Luis, ¿cómo estamos mi parce? Todo bien, todo lindo, todo correcto aquí. Continuando con la historia de Identity, que la había pausado porque aquí los
The remains seem to be of the same species as the bees in the boxes.
me da un toque que haga así, weón. Pero creo que oye, eso ya es directamente.
Is that Mr. Kreberg? Where is he going?
Pana, pongan eso en español. ¿Por qué ponen a dónde va en inglés? O sea, yo entiendo, pero hay gente que no entiende, parce.
I lost him. I must find a place with a better view.
¿A dónde llegué? ¿Dónde llegué?
There's a lookout. I should be able to see the entire race course from up there.
Ah, esto lo del principio que me decía que podía hacer partidas acá, ¿no? Hola QB, ¿cómo estamos, hermoso QB? Todo ello. ¿Qué se dice, parce? Parce, ¿qué verga pasa por aquí? Navegando incidentes, un incidente. ¿Qué pasó? Una desaparición, un incendio.
I need something to climb up there.
Una cuerda.
Found it. This should help me get up there.
Ay, no. Me diga que me tenga que limpiarlo todo, weón. Qué pereza.
The deserted stands are in disarray, and many things have been damaged.
No lo puedo mover, ok. Ah, sí lo puedo mover para abajo, sino que no mueve. No mueve, marica. Hola, Ica. Es un buen juego, es un juegazo, Ica. Pondea su cucho.
I need to get a closer look. He seems to be looking for something. I need to get an even closer look.
Sigue. Tengo que perseguir a alguien sin que me vea, ¿ok? Pues está fácil la perseguía, weón. Hola, Aris, ¿cómo estamos, hermosa Aris? Oli, buenas. ¿Cómo estás? Hoy amanecimos. Epa. Anda.
Mr. Orpheus. It would seem none of us are following the rules.
The spirit of exploration isn't a terrible quality.
Cafecito, panda, cafecito.
However, exploring aimlessly is usually futile. Isn't that so, Mr. Kreberg from Austria?
What do you know?
I investigated all the assets of this manor before coming here, including this racecourse that is named after your family. And the legend of the cornflowers. Oh, and Blue Hope.
O sea, este fue el que mandaron a investigar la vez pasada y se perdió y ahorita apareció como si nada. ¡Ay!
In its prime, the Kreberg racecourse was
¿Para qué ponen eso en inglés?
Popular horses were quite famous. The most famous among them was the racehorse that came to be known as the White Steed of Death. During every race, its rider would invite a lucky lady to pin a flower on it as a victory.
Les dice Zisas porque le gustan los juegos otakus.
As for the flower she chose, it was the cornflower. The cornflower, which symbolizes a happy encounter, soon became ironclad evidence used by the people to slander her and the rider of an impure relationship. They seem to have forgotten the horse went berserk and caused a trampling incident later on. The White Steed of Death was once known as Cyanus. It was a symbol of love that made us a
inglés si
gift
quieres
to
lo
Mary.
traduzco.
And they forgot that the cornflower had always been the crest of Mary's family, just like the one on your tie.
Ah, no, yo también, sino que hay...
If what you said is true, is it wrong that I've come here to pay my respects to a late relative of mine?
Oh,
No, bueno,
so man
yo
is
diría
buried
que no es
Mary
otaku,
here.
pero sí es
Someone
otaku.
offered a
Bueno.
high price for the location of Mary's grave back then.
La otra dice, sí, el juego es otaku, no digamos que no, sí es otaku.
Yet their search came up empty. Later on, some rumors surfaced about Manus going mad and taking her remains with him.
They don't seek to pay homage to her. All they want is that gem.
Aren't you the same?
I'm not interested in that cursed thing.
What a pity. You may have heard that besides being a novelist, I'm also
Sí,
a
porque él es el
detective.
primer detective
And finding things just happens
que
to be what
mandaron
detectives are good
que
at.
casi se muere en un incendio.
I even planned to help out a little, in exchange for some things.
In exchange for what?
Malparia, se cretían de man. ¿Y de qué trata el juego? De investigar sobre unos sucesos no acontecidos. ¿Qué ha pasado de todo? Primero era investigar sobre el desaparecimiento de Jonas Hilberga, después tocó investigar sobre quién era el que organizaba los Juegos del Hambre, quién creó los monstruos, quién secuestraba a las personas.
Until the day he went missing and someone brought a letter from him to Mary's father.
She rests eternally at her beloved place and with her beloved.
Mary loved 3 things from childhood: praise, jewelry, and horses. This is the only place I can think of where all 3 meet.
Cambió como el sonido, ¿no?
After the incident, Manus killed Cyanus to appease the people's anger. So, you think he buried Mary with Cyanus? Along with Mary's favorite gem?
I don't know. That's as far as I can get.
We can start by searching for Cyanus's burial spot. The substance secreted by rotting remains sometimes changes the pH value of the ground, and it takes a long time to restore balance. Perhaps we can try to search for anything unusual at places where a horse may be buried. Like the stables, for example.
También tengo que
Mr.
seguir.
Orpheus seemed to be giving me a hint. Cornflower. Remains. Beloved place.
Bueno, muchacha, corra. Corra. Yo creo que esto hasta un mapa nuevo de juego. Hola, inglés. Sherry Gaming, ¿cómo estamos, por si?
No coffin. And these are not human, huh?
Ese es el caballo.
I have to say, you're really sharp, Mr. Kreberg. You have the makings of a detective.
Oh no, someone's coming.
You have an analytical mind, Mr. Orpheus. But being too brilliant may not always be a good thing.
Gracias.
Looks like someone beat us to it.
Oh? Isn't it you and your companion who beat me to it? Mr. Orpheus?
Oh.
Show yourself. If I'm not wrong, it's you, Miss Journalist.
Oh. Nos han pillado.
Bring that box over and put it down on the ground here.
Hola, Pikiru Channel, ¿cómo estamos? Pikiru.
Get over there.
Hola, la Toys, qué bueno volverte a ver por acá. La Totis. Siempre le digo la Toys.
It's in our best interest to listen to him. There are calluses on his palm, so he should be good with a gun.
Ese sonido de disparo tan pendejo, weón. Si fue un sonido de disparo, sonó muy feo. ¿Qué pasó? ¿Quién le disparó a quién entonces?
Mr. Orpheus, don't you think it's strange? Mary's coffin isn't here. So where did Manus take her?
That depends on what Mary loves more than horses, jewelry, and praise.
What was that? Maybe
El sonido de cuando se abren las puertas del... Cuando uno acaba los juegos de la muerte, pues. Yo le digo juegos de la muerte porque pues es eso.
The gate seems to be controlled by this keypad.
Now it all makes sense. I saw quite a few cipher machines around the racecourse. They must be something the master of the manor prepared for the game in the afternoon.
Have you found a way to decode them?
I think I have an idea, and it may be worth a try. We should start with the largest machine at the center of the race course.
A ver. En este mapa hay una máquina,
This
¿verdad?
seems to be the same cipher machine mentioned in those diaries. It looks like a cipher machine that must be decoded with a key, but I don't know what the key is.
I think I know.
¿Cómo le va, hermoso gallego? ¿Melo no?
What's wrong?
I'm alright. It's just that I'm not used to the sound.
Why don't you look for the other cipher machines? And we'll meet back here. You can leave the decoding to me.
¿Dónde es el mouse? Bueno, no. ¿Verdad que aquí no hay mouse? Decodificador de decodificador. Uy, pero que sea rápido, vale. Que ve. A ver, si ya en 3 me están contando el otro que estaba para el otro lado, ¿no? Ah, weón. No me toca ni qué hacerlo, weón.
What's with this noise again? And why are they amplified today?
Uy, nea, el computador está recaliente. Mirador. Cerca.
Then now,
Apu.
who?
Apu.
Is that?
Who is...
Uy, Lea. Nea, los que corren, ¿no yo?
I'll distract her! I'll leave the rest to you!
A ver, ¿por qué no estoy confiando en él? ¿Cuál es el juego más extraño que hayas jugado? Más extraño, no sé. Pero no. Zisas.
Zisas, cuidado, en ese capítulo sale Goku y se pelea contra Naruto.
Botan. No mames, Bless. Al reflejo. Sí, yo he jugado contra ella. Vigila atentamente el reflejo, no permitas que... Chúpela. 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 Ahora esa vieja loca.
I should meet up with Mr. Orpheus this instant.
Ah. Puta. Pero si la puerta estaba abierta. No le da... No. ¡Ah! Chúpela. Van a... Ahora sí. Casi me iba a atrapar, pana. Me iba a atrapar. Welcome.
Where's Mr. Orpheus? Alice.
¿Qué me pasó? Increíble. Ay, no. Volvimos a ver a la niñita que me hizo tener pesadillas. Hermoso.
Eurydice.
Someone is calling out to me. That voice. He's calling.
Papi,
I'm here.
creo que me voy por el camino fácil y corto. Creo, ¿no?
I'm happy to see you awake. Mrs. Plinius said you fainted in the greenhouse. Fortunately, Mr. Orpheus was there. I've sent for the doctor in the city, but the storm last night destroyed the roads, so they can't return for now. But Mr. Orpheus is knowledgeable about medicine, and according to his preliminary diagnosis, you seem to be
Me
fine.
parece manes de todo. Novelista, investigador, médico.
For you, and I'll go get it immediately.
Thank you. May I know how I got back here?
I found you unconscious at the racecourse's entrance. Perhaps you fainted from fear or shock? I carried you back here. I ran into Mrs. Plinius at the gate. I was forced to ask for Mrs. Plinius's help to prevent the others in the manor from learning that we took action on our own.
Where's Mr. Kreberg? Did he come back here?
I'm not sure. No one has seen him. Mrs. Plinius, the servants, none of them have seen him.
It depends on whether the servants are telling the truth. In fact, I've been in the greenhouse all day, so I don't know if anyone has gone in or out of the main building.
Está mintiendo.
He ran away?
I've been to his room, and all his belongings were still there.
Está mintiendo porque nosotros fuimos al invernadero y según ella estuvo ahí. Nosotros no la vimos ahí.
Perhaps he felt it would be too risky to return and get his belongings?
When I said all, I meant the gem as well.
That's so unusual.
So I have reason to believe that he may be watching in secret. I've told Mrs. Plinius about the incident at the racecourse. And it seems the situation here is more dire than I ever imagined. Although I know there's no such thing as a free meal, I don't want to suffer an accident before the banquet even begins. Obviously, we must be wary of the elusive Mr. Kreberg right now. So in my opinion, it's always better to have more allies.
I agree. Then perhaps we should be more honest with each other, for the sake of our temporary alliance.
Pana, le
For
dije
example,
que asentiara con la
building trust
cabeza.
by
Que lo que,
starting with the reason we're here. This manor's reputation isn't the best.
¿qué le costaba
I'm sure
decir
some
que sí, que
materials
se
in a
puso a decir
specimen
tanta
are not
maricada?
worth taking such a risk.
Solamente era decir sí.
An article isn't worth it either. I don't mind.
Asentir con la cabeza.
What about you, Mrs. Plinius?
I agree.
Then, who will go first?
In order to show my sincerity, I will go first.
A ver, doña mentirosa.
My presence here is linked to my husband's death.
La muerte del marido. Bueno, vamos a ver novelas sobre la novela de la novela. El lore.
As reported by the papers, his cause of death was a type of rare bee venom.
Se
Although
murió
it's a
por
rare
veneno.
occurrence in the field of biology, it isn't unheard of. I wasn't suspicious at first. But while sorting through my husband's belongings, I discovered that he hadn't recorded those bees in his observation notes. My husband was an extremely meticulous person, toward people and even more so toward his research. So there shouldn't have been an unrecorded species of bees in his apiary. And not too long ago, I received a bee specimen from this manor, and it was the exact rare bee species.
Oh, la cara de
He
ella.
invited me to a game here,
Me invitaron a jugar aquí.
and in exchange, he would provide information on that bee species and the cause of my husband's death.
En la segunda hora sí ya me pongo a jugar.
Who's going next?
Then I'll go ahead. I said that I was here to gather material. And it wasn't entirely a lie. Look, the subject of the material is me.
La historia de ese man ya la sabemos, mano. No mames.
My father owned this manor before Manus did. He was a kind and gentle man who loved art and doing charity work. Our family lived happily here, but his kindness did not receive the reward it deserved. The forest ranger we hired colluded with bandits. They killed my parents and ransacked the manor. I managed to survive by hiding in the cellar.
Uy,
Later
no.
on, a relative of mine placed me in a nursery and sold off the manor to Manus at a low price. As for the bandits and forest ranger that destroyed my family, they've gone missing. I've been searching for them throughout these years. But I always come up empty.
Ew.
This went on until not too long ago when the newer owner of the manor sent me something and claimed to possess clues on the forest ranger's whereabouts. And the clue is the game's prize.
What did he
Fuerte,
give you?
fuertísimo.
A piccolo. It was what the bandits used to trick the guards into opening the manor's gates back then.
Le quemaron a los padres. Alguien los hizo par por
All right,
ladrones.
Miss Journalist. Tell us your story.
Come in.
Miss, I've brought you dinner. Dinner is served for everyone else as well. Please enjoy your meal on the first floor. Lisa will take care of her.
Too many things have happened today. Miss needs some rest. And we can continue tomorrow.
Ok, ya sabemos porque ella puede manejar los bichos. Porque el esposo de ella que lo mataron porque está investigando sobre cómo controlar los bichos, bla bla, y lo consiguió y ella como una hombre hormiga, pero ya es la mujer abeja. Vea, de noche andaba corriendo como loco. O una pesadilla, ¿cuál de las dos? No entendí, me perdí, ayuda.
I had that dream again.
Una pesadilla,
Maybe
ánimo.
it's a warning.
Epa, mañana ya es jueves, qué
As soon
pereza.
as possible.
Y llega el viernes y se acaba la semana. Y a volver con la tranza, weón.
According to my colleague in my
¿Qué
investigation,
cosa?
the main character in every story written by Orpheus has links to cold cases. They're either the victim or suspect. And in the latest story, I am the character. Bandits, Piccolo, forest rangers. It's obvious he knows the past very well. And his knowledge may even surpass the police files.
Tiene como
He knows
doble
it so
cosa
well
negra,
that it's
weón.
suspicious. If he wasn't a participant,
Es como si
he must have been a
para
survivor.
poner la traducción hubieran
According to
puesto
my
otra
knowledge,
cosa negra en
The only possible living survivor of the incident is...
Bless this man si salió
Could it be
Goku
him?
versus Naruto me baitearon.
But I feel like I've missed something in his story.
Lo haitearon, weón. Lo
The
haitearon.
forest ranger
Pero
we
así
hired
bien duro.
colluded with bandits. They killed my parents and ransacked the manor.
Cheque, choco, cheque, choco, cheque, choco.